virtually before, at least in Philly, I don't know about anywhere else, it's the only place I've lived, but before community service and community partnership and colleges and universities really being engaged with neighborhoods, Ira Harkavy certainly invented that term and those relationships out at the University of Pennsylvania literally a billion years ago. And for that, well, I'm not saying he's old. I mean, it was a long, long time ago before anybody was really paying attention to it. And for that, all of us really do owe Ira a great, great debt of gratitude.
A graduate of Penn's Fells Institute of Government, Congressman Chaka Fattah.
But the mayor is correct that Turner and Sayre and the notion of community schools were invented, if you would, almost by University of Penn and Ira Harkavy, and over these many years. Even though I know in your own cities and your own school districts, you have done remarkable work, we know that the very best work that is going to be done on this subject is not yet done. And that's why you gather now to look at best practices, to think about the way forward. I want to thank Ira for his leadership and to, I think, the greatest president our university has ever had, University of Pennsylvania, Amy Gutmann, whose academic work is in urban, on urban affairs and issues, but has really put the power of the university focused at the needs of the community here in our city. Penn has done a remarkable job with great leadership in our president and in Ira. Give them a big round of applause. Not just the place for kids to go for a few hours a day, but it should be the place where we can have health care, where we can have library access and recreational access and other youth-serving organizations being able to interact with our young people so that we can, if we're going to build the support we need for schools, we're going to have to make schools be the anchor in our communities.
As an alumnus and a member of the Penn community, it is a particular pleasure to introduce Amy Gutmann, who will introduce our keynote speaker. Amy Gutmann is president and the Christopher H. Brown Distinguished Professor of Political Science at the University of Pennsylvania. In October 2004, during her inauguration as Penn's 8th president, Amy Gutmann launched the Penn Compact. The Penn Compact, which is President Gutmann's vision for advancing the university and its contributions to knowledge and human welfare. With its focus on increasing access to education, which you've heard about this already today, about its focus not only on increasing access to education, but increasingly integrating knowledge, its emphasis on engaging with communities locally, nationally, and globally, the Penn Compact has indeed taken the University of Pennsylvania to new heights. And under her leadership, Penn's model of university-assisted community schools has not only grown and developed in Philadelphia, but it has been replicated across the United States. In 2009, Penn was named #1 as a good neighbor among colleges and universities for its model partnership programs that advance teaching, research, and learning at Penn, and simultaneously the quality of learning and the quality of life in the community. Amy Gutmann.
Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. You can do better than that. Good afternoon. Very good. I really want to welcome the great Coalition for Community Schools. You're doing fabulous work, and again, I thank Ira Harkavy for being such a great partner with me at Penn for driving this very important part of our mission of local engagement forward. But what I really am here this afternoon for is to say how honored I am to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, Kathleen Sebelius.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Amy, for that wonderful introduction. It's just the way I wrote it. You know, it's quite something. But I also want to thank President Gutmann for her incredible leadership, not only here in Pennsylvania, but around the country, for her modeling what a remarkable university should be and looks like, producing the leaders of the future of our country. And she recently, in case you don't know it, took on a new task at the request of President Obama. She is going to be leading as the chairman of the bioethical committee, looking at the interaction of health and ethics, and a critical area, and we could not have a better leader. So thank you again for your willingness to serve. It used to drive me crazy as a parent when I would drive by the schoolyards only to find the kids locked outside in the rain or the snow, because Lord knows we didn't want to disturb the blackboards or the paper. My view is these are taxpayer-supported institutions. We need to open them up. We need to open these doors and invite people in. They need to be the center of our community life. We want to continue the efforts and make sure that all children in America have great opportunities for the future, and they all might end up at the University of Pennsylvania someday. Who knows? Thanks very much.